Sunday Night Live. If you're rewatching this, just go ahead and jump forward to about 2 minutes. That's usually when we get to moving along once we get some people in here. Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome to this Sunday Night Live. Hope everybody is doing well, having a great weekend. Hey, what's up, Thomas Kimmel? Hope you're doing well, bro. We're going to talk about something a little bit different tonight. I don't know if you guys seen the description. Hey, what's up, Joey Frakes? How you doing, brother? Lumberjacks in the house, right? That's right. So tonight, have I got a topic? Let's give it a minute or two, let a few more folks come on in, and we'll get into it. If you read the description, you probably already know what I'm planning to talk about. And I'm actually wearing his jersey tonight. If you can, Mr. Bosa. What's up, Andrew? How you doing? Shout out to England. Do me a favor, hit that like button while you guys are in here, if you would. Hey, what's up, Ezekiel? Hope you're doing well tonight, bro. Thomas says Raiders. That was a tough loss today. I heard they fired the OC. Damn. That's rough. So let's get into it. The reason I'm wearing the Bosa jersey tonight, last week on Sunday Night Football after the 49ers beat the Cowboys, Nick Bosa kind of photobombed an interview that was going on, and he was wearing a MAGA hat. You know, Make America Great Again, Donald Trump's thing. And I have some feelings about this. So, first of all, when it comes to my sports, I don't like people bringing politics into my sports. Sports is my release from reality. You know, when you go to, if you've ever been to a actual football game, one thing I really enjoy about actually going to football games is a pain in the ass, if we're being honest. It's a lot of walking, and you can't see it nearly as well as you can on TV, but you have the environment. And the thing about a football game, though, is whatever team that you're rooting for, and this has always blown me away, whether you're white, whether you're black, whether you're Hispanic, whether you're Asian, whatever you are, if we have the same jersey on, basically at that football game, we're family. And people show love, and nobody cares about your politics. Nobody cares that you're white or that you're black or whatever. And that's what I love about sports. So when I don't like it, I don't enjoy it when people bring politics into my sports because politics is divisive. Now, politics is a important thing in our country. What's up, Brody? How are you? Politics are definitely important. We have to elect somebody, right? Somebody's got to sit in that office and somebody's got to represent us in our districts and all that stuff. But when it comes to my sports, and I love Nick Bosa. What's up, Mexican G? How you doing tonight, bro? Uh, and I don't do politics on here, Dixon. Yeah, I'm glad you made it, bro. Appreciate you. So I didn't appreciate it when he wore that hat. And like I said, like I got the jersey on. My favorite player when he was drafted, I watched the draft and I cheered when he was drafted. My favorite player. I have other players that I really enjoy on the Niners and throughout the league. Yeah. Uh, so I'm watching you on my TV and I'm texting in the live. Nice. Appreciate you, Ezekiel. So that's the thing, though. I don't, in the moment when I first seen the video, I was like, like, I love Bosa. Why does everybody call me Tank Abbott? I get that in every single live. But yeah, I don't like it when people bring politics into my game. I love watching the 49ers play. I watch, like, we're on the bye this week. And, like I tried to watch some football. I just can't get into it. The game don't really interest me unless my team is playing. When my team is playing, I have a lot of emotion when I'm watching. But, when people bring the real world into my game, I don't like that. And Christopher Motley's got jokes. Who's your team? Yeah, he was showing his new white hat. NFL kickoffs are dumb. Yeah, I agree. Like they're watering. It's crazy how many rules they've implemented to protect the players, but yet everybody's hurt. Like just go back to smash mouth football and 2-a-day practices in training camp. And you know what I mean? Like people weren't that hurt back in the day when they played that way, Uh, Mexican G says people got to understand that politicians don't give a damn about us. We got to stop fighting each other over these rich politicians that wouldn't give us a dime if they seen us. Yeah, I agree. And the thing is, the way the Constitution was wrote, and I'm not going to dip too far into politics, but the way the Constitution was wrote was that you were supposed to come and serve your country for a brief period of time. Like that's why they put term limits on the presidents, because somebody that was successful in life would come and run the country for 8 years if they had the votes, and then they would go back to whatever it was that they were doing. They weren't supposed to be career politicians. And it's just, I don't know, it's all bad now. It's getting tired of all the ads about Donald Trump and everyone else. All I'm trying to do is watch football. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want, people preaching to me or telling me who I should vote for. I'm intelligent enough to see what the candidates are and make my own decision. Like all these endorsements and stuff of celebrities, like could care less, No, I don't play bass. Oompa Loompa. What's up, Cora? What's up, Texas Repo? Why are you worried about Trump? Harris will win, right? Not going to touch that one, Texas Repo. I am not going to. I definitely have political beliefs, but I'm not going to put them out here. It's just, it divides people. So, no shoes, no shirt, no politics. Oompa Loompa, you have to wait until he sees your question. Give him time. Yeah, so that's kind of my take on that. What do you guys think about that? Supporters come together in unity for the team. They have differing political views. Leave it out of sports. Absolutely, I agree. Jay-Z, is that when you're at the Diddy parties or what? Yeah, absolutely, Jumbo. The thing is, I'm not going to preach about politics, but I don't care. You make your own decision. Hopefully, it's a wise one, Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I hear you, sexy Latina. So I have a video that should be dropping in the morning. So you guys be on the lookout for that as well. Is followed by a semicolon. It's usually a quote, or they're stating that the person in front of the semicolon said it. Okay. No draws, no balls. Most important election of our time. Yeah, the reason I don't talk, I'm into politics, Texas Repo, don't get me wrong. But the thing is, to state my political beliefs on here is going to alienate half of the audience. And that's not what this channel is about. Sobriety. It's about getting clean, basically, and living a better life. Oh, okay. Which one was that? Let me see. Wow, that's a great name there, Jake. All right. Oh, okay. Yeah, I always get a lot of Tank Abbott comments in here. No, it's all good, Texas Repo. Yeah, I'm definitely, don't get me wrong, I'm definitely going to go vote on Tuesday. I was supposed to get a mail-in, but it never arrived. Imagine that. But, so I'm going to go Tuesday before I go to work and definitely cast my ballot because it is the most important election of our life to this point. So, I'll definitely be casting my vote for who I think is the better candidate. But I don't disclose that on here because I don't want to alienate the audience. And unfortunately, Donnell says vote early, vote often. Unfortunately, that's the political climate we're living in today, where people can't just be okay with differences of opinions, like if I say I endorse candidate X, then some people are going to be offended by that. And if I say I endorse candidate Z, then half of the other people are going to be offended by that. So that's why I steer away from that, because I don't want the message to get lost in, oh, he's a so-and-so supporter, Ace says, Trump has always reminded me of sleazy used car salesman. Actually, you don't need to be so quick to delete the messages, mods. We're kind of on that topic. People are entitled to their opinion as long as they don't start spamming the comments with stuff uh, then I'm all right with it. But yeah, so I have a new video that's going to be dropping in the morning. Be sure to check that one out. That one is no, it's all good, Q. I appreciate you being on it. So now people are just getting timed out. Nobody's getting kicked. Uh, yeah, nobody's getting kicked. They're just timeouts. So yeah, I'm dropping that video in the morning though on uh, intake in the California system. What's up, Nick? Yeah, I hear you. What he says? What's up, brother? Another day, another 50 cents. It seems like. Yeah, we're kind of on that topic tonight. So as long as people aren't spamming it up, then I'd say it's okay. But let's not get carried away with the politics because, like I said, I don't want people. It alienates people. So, but yeah, it's almost time to get back to work. Good times. So yeah, I'm dropping that video though on 5150. Are you saying you are, or are you saying I am? Uh, Still selling feed pics? No, not by any means. You guys in America have like private run prisons. Some prisons are privately run. In California, most of them are run by the state, though. Went and voted last Wednesday, and I'm happy with who I voted for. And whoever wins, I hope they can fix everything that's wrong. Yeah, I agree. I just want to be able to uh, live comfortably. That's all. If whatever candidate can do that, then I'll support them all the way. I'm an independent, so whoever's got the best ideas basically is who's going to get my vote. Yeah, they started doing that, Ace, in California because of the overcrowding. Uh, so they it was cheaper to have privately run prisons for the like lower level offenders. I ended up in one, uh, and it was what it was. What the man back in Texas? I don't have any experience with Texas, Ace. So I don't know. I really couldn't tell you about that. But yeah, the grandson came home today, and he is perfect, perfect little baby boy. If you weren't in here last night, uh, we my daughter Cora, who's one of the mods, and Q, her husband, had a baby boy. So yeah, he made it home today, and he is amazing. I can't get private health care, but private incarceration is available to me, right? Deal with all of the problems all adults have, but it's hard to see your family struggle with money and food and gas. Yeah, I agree. Appreciate you, Ace. Uh, Prison in NZ is run by the business called Circle. Oh, okay. What's up, Amaha? Uh, Be real from Cypress Hill. That's the first time I've heard that one. Insane in the membrane. So, we get to see the little guy. Unfortunately, not tonight. Maybe I'll put a picture up in the community post after I'm done here, if my daughter and her husband are okay with that. Yeah, I'll check with them, and if they're all right with that, then yeah, I'll post a picture in the community tab so you guys can see it. See him, not it. Yeah, he's amazing. So, yeah. Have you rethink about? Nope, I haven't. Appreciate you, Ezekiel. So, yeah, be on the lookout for that video in the morning, though. That I think that's another good one. So, check it out. Let's see. So, what's everybody up to tonight? I got to get that third step video out this week as well. So, be on the lookout for that. A broken Bobby Jr. running around. My grandson, actually. So, excuse me. Yeah, my grandson. So, yeah, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit that like button if you would. And I want to give a shout out to the members, Philip W. and Fractured Christian. Appreciate your guys' memberships. That really helps the channel a lot. He says, what do you do for a living, Bobby? I paint cars. I'm a truck driver. No, that's Harrison. That is not my first grandchild. That is, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's number 10. That is number 10. So, second grandson. The first 8 were granddaughters. So now a couple of grandsons in there as well. His name is Akil. He is the moderator Q. That's his father. He's named after him. So, yeah, he is a blessing. Definitely. All the more reason to want to remain sober, and do the best I can in this life to set a good example for him and the rest of them as well, Good one, Rick. What does that name mean? Q, can you help us out on that one? Oh, okay. Harrison says, well, congrats to both of you. I just had my first grandkid 2 weeks ago. Congrats on that, Harrison. That's good stuff. Keel, LOL. Now he says, what does it mean? What does that name mean? Is there a meaning to that? What is Guten Tag? I don't understand that, WD. So, yeah, I'm just tapping in with everybody. It means intelligent, says Q, one who uses reason or bringer of the light. So there you have it. Yeah, he's a little angel. So so the same for Luca. That's my other grandson. The family is expanding rapidly, and it's a great thing, you know. WD40 LOL says WD. Was WD40 not available? No, I'm not Italian. I'm Irish and German. Okay, Q's mixed with Italian apparently. So it has a nice meaning behind the name. That's cool. I like it, says Joel. That's awesome. Hope you're doing well, Joel. Ezekiel, he says, Bobby, do you only watch the 49ers or do you watch other teams in the NFL? I try to watch other teams play, but I just don't have the enthusiasm, to be honest. If there's a really good game on, like the Lions and the Packers today was supposed to be a really good one, but I just couldn't get into it. I try to watch to kind of scout to see what we may see in the playoffs if we make it there, which we will. But yeah, I just couldn't get into it. And it was raining and it was an ugly game. But the Lions handled them pretty easily. You used to be a 49er fan? What happened, Ace? What drove you away? Well, I do fantasy football, so I watch. Yeah, I did fantasy last year. I didn't get around to it this year, and so I'm really not paying as much attention for that reason, to be honest. No, I don't speak. I just speak English. Cora says, Ace, what made you switch from the greatest team there ever was? that's the way I feel, you know, whether we're winning or whatever, you know, like that's my team. And I know I don't own stock in the franchise or anything like that, but it's my escape from the world out here. You know, when you're all stressed out and stuff, sometimes watching a good football game really helps. So, yeah, that's Munich is my team in the EFL. Okay. Then the Philadelphia Eagles draft. Yeah, Reggie White was a beast. That was about the time I got into football in the 80s. Joe Montana and Jerry Rice. It was a Super Bowl game. So I guess I was a bandwagon fan, but I just never got off the wagon, you know? But the Niners went down in the Super Bowl with like 2 minutes to go, and Joe Montana led a comeback, and I fell in love and never left the Niners. So, yeah, Reggie White was something else, though. That guy was superhuman. Okay. That's cool. What do you think about the Eagles this year? I think your coach likes to take a lot of risks for sure. Kind of like the Lions coach does too. Dan Campbell and Nick Sirianni with the Eagles. Yeah, Walter Payton was great. That 85 Bears team, like, they were like on a whole nother level of things. That team was so good. Jim McMahon, the quarterback, he wasn't that great, but uh, been a Packers fan since. Oh, okay. Yeah. The Packers, Joe Burrow's killed it today. He got 5 touchdowns, gave me 50 points in fantasy football. Yeah. My wife is a Bengals fan. So yeah, that was a very good showing. I didn't actually watch the game. I just seen afterwards. But yeah, that was something else. Definitely. And the Packers, that's a rival. What's up, Easy Power? How you doing tonight, brother? Good to see you in the chat. Arizona Cardinals. Yeah, Peyton was good. Walter Payton was something else. Him and then Barry Sanders was on another level too. And Barry Sanders was on a sorry team for the majority of his run. Him and Calvin Johnson. Yeah. Yeah, I like Barry Sanders. Like, he made the most with hardly anything. Poor O-line, and still managed to just tear it up week after week. I seen that, Easy Power. I thought about you when I seen that. I was like, oh, hell yeah, that's what's up. Uh, it's Brock Purdy. Yeah, I think he's about to get signed to a mega deal after this year. And the only thing that concerns me with Purdy is when we play games in like the rain and stuff. Like, oh, okay, your little cousin Haley was born when the Bengals were in the Super Bowl. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, the only thing that concerns me with Purdy is like, he's got smaller hands. He's a smaller dude. So when they play in the rain and the snow, he has issues sometimes. Caretaker 07 says, hi, Bobby. 1 hour from Memphis on the Greyhound. Okay, that's right. Purdy's from the next town over from me. Yeah. Yeah, he's an Arizona boy, right? Yeah, he just kind of came out of nowhere when Garoppolo got hurt against the Dolphins and they brought in Mr. Irrelevant. I thought, oh man, our season's over. Yeah, I agree with you about Jerry Rice. I think like, he's still got records that nobody's even close to. So Dion, as far as corners go in the NFL, was one of a kind too. Like, that dude was incredible. Which game are we talking about, Ezekiel? They didn't. They're on the bye this week, so yeah, they didn't play. They have Tampa Bay next week, and we're supposed to get Christian McCaffrey's supposed to be back. So I'm really looking forward to that. What's up, Donnie? How you doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. So yeah, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and check out the playlist. I have tons of videos up on addiction, recovery, jail, prison, street stories. I have a little bit of everything in there, so you can check those out. They're all broken into categories to make it easier to find the kind of stories that you want to see. So that's what's up. What's up, Mark 67? Yeah, them Lions they look amazing. So like I said, a little bit of politics in here is okay, but if we start getting slanderous with the political talk, you're going to get timed out and potentially banned. So let's tread easy with that, okay, guys? Yeah, Dion, that dude was so quick. You know what I mean? Like, when we got him in 94 on that Super Bowl run, like, he was, And the thing is, like, the dude didn't even try. Like, him and Jerry Rice would bump heads because Jerry Rice was a workaholic. Like, he was always practicing and working, perfecting his craft. And Dion just had that natural ability. Like, he was something else, you know? So, yeah, let's be nice in the comments. Like I said, tread lightly with the politics or you're going to get a timeout. So, anyways, but yeah, my team's back on next week. I'm looking forward to it. Trump didn't know Michigan had a team. A football team, you mean? I don't know. I'm not sure about that. I'm just not for certain people. Yeah, I hear you, Ezekiel. 80 years Trump. What does that mean? Dawkins and Ray Lewis were animals on the field. Yeah, and you could throw Ronnie Lott into that conversation as well. Like, those guys were like on a whole nother level of savage. I mean, like, Ronnie Lott opted to have his part of his pinky finger cut off so he could continue to play. I mean, I don't see that dedication in today's athletes. Not to knock on today's athletes, but like, it was different back then. So yeah, like I said, let's just tread lightly on the politics, guys. Ray Lewis could probably still play. Yeah, Lewis gave me fits in that Super Bowl in 2012. Oh my God. So has everybody voted already? I hear a lot of people talking about who they support and stuff. Have you guys voted? And if not, are you planning to on Tuesday? Because it is very important to cast your vote. Nice. It's good stuff, Manuel. So, yeah, I'll be at work and people will be complaining about the politicians, and that's a good question, Ezekiel. Let me finish my thought and I'll come back and answer that. People always complaining about, oh, these politicians suck. And I say, well, did you vote for them? Oh, well, no, I don't vote. Well, then what are you talking about? You should have voted for who you liked. And then you can either say that you voted for the right candidate or you didn't, you know? But you got to get out the vote for whoever you like. So Ezekiel says, hey, Bobby, who's better, Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes? I would say at this point, definitely Tom Brady. The rings say it all, in my opinion. For the longest time, I didn't want to give up the fact that Joe Montana was the GOAT. Don't vote for Congress. But yeah, the rings tell it all. And now that Brady's gone, I can admit that as far as quarterbacks go, he was the best to ever do it. So we're not going to talk about that, Scott. Like I said, I don't dig too deep into the politics on here, but excuse me. Yeah, and a lot of people feel that way. Easy Power says Brady is the GOAT. Patrick Mahomes has the best chance of coming close. Yeah, I agree. And I am not going to talk about who I am voting for because I don't want to alienate half of my audience. This channel's about sobriety and getting clean and free of addiction. If I were to say that I support candidate whoever, the political scene is so toxic, half of the people just won't listen anymore because they'll say, oh, he supports that person. So therefore, I will keep my opinion to myself. I definitely have an opinion, though, and I definitely will be going out to vote, Remember Lyle Zay? Oh, yeah, absolutely. That dude was a beast, too. The first Super Bowl I can remember watching was, I think it was the Raiders and the Washington Redskins, like 1983, 1984, somewhere around there. And Alzado was a beast. Like, probably a lot better than some of the superstars today, So, 85, okay. Yeah. So, yeah, that was way back in the day. Yeah, I agree, Ezekiel. Some people just don't know. Manuel says 9 days completely sober. Well, congratulations on that, bro. That is an awesome achievement. People say, oh, I have 10 years, 20 years, whatever. Like, the most important people in recovery are the people that are new to recovery. Because, it's a reminder to people that have more time that, it could, just because you have a lot of time under your belt don't mean nothing. You could relapse in a heartbeat, The meme of Kamala. No, I have not, Romulo. Yeah, one day at a time, Manuel, exactly. Yeah, and we're not going to, yeah, my chair don't like me, I agree. You can hear that? It's squeaky as hell. King Bell says, I'm 1 day sober. Congratulations, bro. It's easy to give up. It's harder to keep fighting, says Easy Power. Exactly. Claudio says, good night, SF49. Yeah. So, yeah, I think I need to replace this chair or get some WD-40. Toughest pro athletes, hockey players. Yeah, those guys are rugged as hell, for sure. Damn. Manuel says, I think there may be a three-peat. I'm not sure if you're talking about politics or football. Okay. I sure hope not. I sure hope not. I Thorn, LOL. No, I don't live in San Francisco. I'm in Southern California. I just happened to watch a Super Bowl one day with an uncle who was a fan, and those Commanders are balling right now. Man, they came out of nowhere. Yeah, and that's all good, Manuel. Yeah, Jaden Daniels, man, that kid's a beast. He played at Cajon High School, which is close to where I went to San Bernardino High School. So he's like the homeboy, basically. So I'm definitely pulling for him, unless we see them in the playoffs. Yeah, I'll have to check out Dax, Ezekiel. Yeah, and I hear you, Manuel. Like, that dude, he's the new Brady, in my opinion. Tyson or Paul Tyson? This is kind of like an AA meeting, I guess, King Bells. Something like that. Not everybody wants to go out and participate in the meetings. So if that's what this seems like, then yeah, that can be that. That can be what this is. I guess I'm trying to say. Uh, I'm just trying to get people to realize that there's a better way out there. I was addicted to meth for about 16 years, and my life was a mess. And I ended up in jail and prison and all kinds of hard times in my life. And that's kind of what this channel is about, letting other people know that they don't have to go down that same path that I did. So appreciate you tuning in, though. Easy Power says, love Tyson, Mike Tyson for president, soft voice and hell of a punch to set up straight, right? Can I give you a sports prediction on what? Manuel says, have been to an AA meeting since I got sober. May not. Yeah, and the thing is, it's you don't not that's not the way for everybody. Like some of those meetings, like they're pretty hardcore in their rules and regulations and stuff. And like I did meetings and rehab and stuff early on, but eventually I walked away from it because it just was driving me crazy. So it's not for everybody. Tyson and Paul, I feel, is going to be a close fight because Paul is young. Tyson is old, but Tyson has been fighting longer than Paul, so it's going to be a close fight. Yeah, I think Tyson's definitely got the experience, but unfortunately, in the world of athletics, once you get past about 35, you're an old man, and he's 20 years past that easily. So I don't know how that's going to turn out. I don't know if it's just a thing to make some money and promote Jake Paul, you know what I mean, and like push him to that next level, but it's a gimmick fight, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, they're gonna fight. It's on a Friday, unfortunately. I have to work, but I think it's like the 21st of November or something like that. Maybe it's the 17th. I don't know. Manuel says, I got Tyson to knock him out if they still fighting. Yeah, I seen a press conference for it just, I think it was like yesterday. And it's a Friday, mid to late November. So it looks like it's gonna go down. Unfortunately, I'm gonna be at work, so I'm gonna miss it. But they fight on the 15th, and it's going to be on Netflix for free. Oh, okay, nice. Maybe I can watch it on my phone at work. We'll see. But yeah, it definitely should be interesting, Why do I have really diddler? You got one of those contraband phones in jail there, buddy, or what? Does Jake know if he already has a tough chin? I'm sure he's never been hit by anybody that hits as hard as Tyson. Now, how fast Tyson is in comparison to a professional athlete today, I don't know. I've seen some of the training videos. He looks ridiculous. But, I think everybody's going to be divided on, if you're young, you probably want Paul to win. And if you're older, you remember Tyson and how he was, and you want him to win. So, I don't know. I guess we'll find out, huh? And I agree with you there, Manuel. If it's a real fight, I think Tyson should put him to sleep. I just don't think Paul has enough experience, to, Tyson's been beat, but he's been beat by professionals that fought other professional fighters. So far, Jake Paul has just been fighting gimmick fights, fighting against MMA guys and stuff that aren't, they're not boxers, pure boxers. So, yeah, exactly, Ezekiel. Hey guys, give me just a second. I'm going to go refill the coffee real quick, and then we will continue. Go ahead and talk amongst yourselves for a moment, and now's a good time to subscribe and become a member of the channel. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about the interruption there, guys. Let me give a quick shout out to the mods that really help with this channel. We have Sir Soy Sossington, that's my son. We have Q, we have Cora, and Ramona. Shout out to all of you guys. You guys really help to keep this stuff going. Let me see what I missed here. If it was, although I think Tyson would win a chess match too. I don't know. Jake Paul. Your picture reminds me of the movie Black Adam, LOL, with The Rock in it. What's up, Eklish07? Excuse me. 2 pieces of boxer. So yeah, that fight ought to be interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure how that's gonna go though, but definitely worthy of watching. A lot of stuff in boxing nowadays I don't even follow anymore because nobody's really that interesting. UFC's really cornered the market, I think, and it's definitely more interesting, in my opinion. So I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well also. Yeah, I was a Roy Jones Jr. fan too. Like pound for pound, that dude was really good. Really, really quick hands, and decent power, not to mention. So, yeah, I was definitely a fan. For some reason, I didn't like Holyfield. He ended up beating Tyson a couple times, and I couldn't stand that guy. Ezekiel says, I would love to see Jake Paul fight Ryan Garcia. Now that would be a good fight. Big difference in weight class, though. I think Ryan Garcia is like, about 150 maybe? And Jake Paul's a heavyweight, but I don't know. That would definitely be an interesting fight. But Manny Pac was nice, and I love that dude. Him and Mayweather had some battles. Yeah, I was a fan of his until they till he fought Tyson. I've always been very loyal to the athletes and the teams that I support. So, yeah, I agree, Ace. Yeah, he was a sensation for a while there. He dude was good, you know. He's really good. But like he really got. I think Tyson was just partying it up too much at the time, and he kind of lost it when he bit him. Like I was really disappointed with that because I wanted Tyson to put him to sleep, and he didn't. And he had like two opportunities to do it, still couldn't do it. So just refilled the coffee and now it's hot. So yeah, be on the lookout for that video in the morning. Uh, yeah, I think that would be a good fight. I'm just not sure how that would work with the weight class difference, you know. In professional fighting, that those weight classes make a big difference. When you got a 210-pound man hitting a, uh, yeah, that is an awesome car. I like those Monte Carlos, like early '80s type of stuff. That was Monte Carlos, Cutlass, Regal. Wow. Manuel says just seen the odds minus 300 Jake Paul, plus 240 Mike Tyson. What's up, Stanky? uh, might drive to Vegas. Yeah, definitely. That would definitely be a cool fight to go see, you know? At least I think so. Never got to see Tyson when he was young, you know? I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well also. Stanky. I ain't saying the full name. You ain't getting me on that. So, yeah, this channel is all about sobriety and getting clean. So, on a Ace says I got a 70 Bronco 2-inch lift on 33s. Nice. Elon Musk Tesla says mi dinero está en Mike Tyson. That's right. I believe that translates to my money is on Mike Tyson. Sorry, my Spanish isn't the greatest. Con permiso. I agree, Easy Power. Yeah, it's a money grab, you know, in my opinion. Because what does Tyson have to gain besides a fat paycheck, you know? My best Super Bowl halftime show. I don't know. I'm not sure. That one when they were in LA with Snoop and Dre and all them was good. There's been some really good ones though. Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson. So if you guys are new, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Check out my playlist. Over 300 videos up. I'm sure you'll find something that you will enjoy. It's all about sobriety and where my addiction took me and how I was able to overcome it and how you can as well. So so we just passed 2,000 subs. We're coming up on 2,100 subs. So now's the time to subscribe to the channel, you know. Tyson Fury is the worst heavyweight I've ever seen. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't really follow it anymore, so I don't really have an opinion on that. The worst heavyweight champ. Oh, okay. Yeah, like I said, I don't really watch it anymore, and you guys will have to excuse the chair. I know it's making a bunch of noise, but it's a lot more comfortable than the other one I was using. So yeah, I'm gonna be dropping that new video in the morning. Be on the lookout for that. Q says Mike Tyson gonna Hadouken that ass. I'd love to see it. I don't know though. What's up, FYNY? Happy Halloween. Yeah, so I think we're probably so I think we're gonna probably wrap it up here shortly. Uh, I think I'm gonna go hit the gym with my son, and we'll see how that goes. I haven't been to the gym in like a week. I've been sick, so leg night tonight. Ugh. It is what it is, though, you know. So, anyways, appreciate you, Ace. If you have, what's up, Sandip? If you have any last minute questions, go ahead and drop them now, and I will do my best to answer those. And appreciate that, El Leon. Yeah, that's Bosa. That was the topic of the night about an hour ago. I'm doing all right. Tom Brady 49ers jersey? No. This one's Bosa. So you still doing the prison workouts? I tell people ain't nothing like prison workout. Man, I can't keep up with them prison workouts anymore, Easy Power, to be honest with you. You know, I've been a free man for about 18 years now. And when I try to bang out some burpees, oh my God, I'm dying. I'm sure the cigarettes aren't helping that, but you know, like I used to, when I did my prison term, like I was doing 500 burpees a day, Navy SEALs in the whole 9 yards, you know. And no, I'm not in the Bay. I'm SoCal, Inland Empire to be exact. But yeah, we would bang out 500 burpees a day, walk a bunch of laps, do a bunch of dips, push-ups, the whole nine, you know. Like I was a workout machine back then. Now I go probably do about 15 minutes of cardio and lift some weights, you know, just to maintain, you know. I never did any time in Chino, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, this is the Legends jersey. Usually I don't buy players' jerseys until they re-sign with the team because otherwise it's a waste of money if they leave. But with Bosa, I bought it almost immediately. Like I said, my favorite 49er for sure. There's some other good ones I like. Brock Purdy, Fred Warner, Debo Samuel, George Kittle. You know, there's quite a few. As far as getting sober, Andreas, I would say maybe try to find a meeting. Yeah, those speech ops were legendary. Try to find a meeting. Google AA or NA in your area and go check out a meeting. You know, if even if you go and don't, you don't have to say anything. You're just going to identify as a newcomer. And I've been, yeah, absolutely. I've been. I actually did several in-house treatments and AA and NA meetings for like the first 2 years of my sobriety. And then eventually I stopped going because I felt that I had all the tools I needed to remain sober. So, you know, that's what worked for me. That don't work for everybody. Some people need to keep going to the meetings, but it worked for me. I got 20 years now. So, yeah, I've been sober 20 years. My sobriety date is August the 9th of 2004. So I just surpassed 20 years not that long ago. And that's a big part of the reason I started this channel. Uh, yeah, I appreciate that, Andreas. Uh, I just want people to know, when I was in my addiction, I never realized how far it would take me with being incarcerated and that lifestyle. Like eventually I would end up in prison and, I got stories about people being stabbed and like I was going to stab a dude because he didn't want to work out. That's prison in California. Like either you're going to get with the program or the program's going to run your ass over. And, uh, that since it was my first term, they handed me a piece. They said, if you don't do his burpees, stab him. And thank God he did his burpees. What's up, Kenny? How are you doing tonight? So, that's one of the many cold realities of where your addiction can take you and how bad it can get. Had he not done his burpees, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't have got out of prison. Maybe I would have caught a new case on that, I'm sure I would have. So, yeah, I'm doing well, Kenny. I hope you're doing well also. But yeah, that's that's where our addiction can take us. And nowadays I hear yeah, exactly, Andreas. What prison? I was in Delano. uh, I was in a couple of CCFs. I was in LA County, all over the place in LA County, Medium North, Supermax, Men's Central. Never went to the Twin Towers. Did West Valley, Glen Helen, Riverside. I set up the voting booths in Saginaw, Michigan today. I'm doing good, slowed down on drinking, doing better. Anyways, that's good to hear, Kenny. I'm really happy to hear that, bro. And the thing is, it's like you just gotta do one day at a time, do the best you can today and maybe try to do a little better tomorrow. Yeah, most of those are counties, exactly, All-Star. Uh, I was in Delano. They sent me to one of those private facilities they sent me to Delano CCF. And at Delano CCF, I walked right into a riot. And so they sent me to McFarland, which is over, it's right off the 99 in McFarland, California. And I stayed there for a while. I was there 6 or 7 months. And then riot kicked off there, and they sent me back to North Kern to the level 3 yard. So it's on the level 3 yard. We were on lockdown for a riot that had occurred with the blacks. And there was a predator that amongst the whites that had some funny charges. And basically they sent a kite to his cellie and said to remove him because he was no good. And his cellie rolled it up and, like went PC. So basically they sent a filter out to everybody on that block that if you happen to get out and he was out to handle business. So me and my cellie were out for showers, and we hear the door pop, and wouldn't you know it, here comes this dude. So we break free, we rush the dude. We didn't have any weapons or anything. Like, we're heading to the shower. Like, we got nothing. And, we jump on this guy, we get pepper sprayed, end up in ADSEG. And I paroled pending a shoe term. But, excuse me. So when I paroled, Riverside County had a hold on me. So, I wasn't quite back to the streets yet. I went back down to Riverside County, had to go to court and basically have them run another prison sentence concurrent with the one that I just served before I was able to. I paroled from Banning in Riverside County. So that's kind of the story of where I was. I did a 2-year term, basically maxed it out. Damn, Ezekiel, you're on one tonight, bro. Yeah, like it wasn't, growing up where I grew up in San Bernardino. And, the thing is, like a lot of us kind of felt like we were predestined to go to prison. And the thing is, if you think that way, then chances are that's where you're going to end up, So, yeah, San Bernardino, that's what's up. But, if you have that mindset that I'm destined to hit a main line in prison and represent, then, North End Playboys, that's right. Shout out to the North End Playboys. If you have that mindset, then, that's probably what's going to happen. And I had so many violations and convictions in the different county jails. I was on probation in Riverside, San Bernardino, and LA all at the same time. Oh, okay, that's right. Shout out to Cohen High School. I went to Purdue. I was supposed to be the class of 92, but I was sitting in the county jail when my when my classmates were walking, unfortunately. But yeah, like if you have that mindset and you listen to the big homies talk about how great it is to walk the yard and represent and this and that, like you get caught up in that way of thinking, and then you end up in these places and you realize that it's not all that it was cracked up to be. Everybody says, "Oh, I'm my own man," but I'll tell you what, when you get to prison, like you're gonna fall in line. Period. Or you're gonna end up on one of these sensitive need yards after your homeboys stab you. And that's just the cold hard reality of what prison is. It's been a while since I've been in there, so I don't know. Maybe it's a little different now, but I know that in the California prisons, they're experiencing about one unaliving a week, and they're all at the hands of their own. They're all at the hands of their own people. So, I mean, at least when I was doing time, I knew who the enemies were. That didn't mean that your own people couldn't come and stick you with something, but for the most part, your people had your back, because we knew who the enemies were. Now with the end of hostilities and all this stuff, if you don't have a common enemy, you tend to look at your own. And okay, shout out to the class of 87, Ace. And yeah, All-Star, you're right. Cali prisons are the most political. I always laugh when people say, yeah, I'm my own man. I'll go in there and do whatever I want to do. Yeah, go ahead and try that out and let me know how that works. If you make it out, drop a comment and tell me. Damn, you're about to be class of 2025. That's right. Keep doing your thing, though, Ezekiel. And be in that class of 2025. Martin, a lot of people say that, but once that gavel hits, boom, and the judge says you're sentenced to whatever it may be, it is what it is. You have no choice but to do it, and it sucks, but that's why I'm on here talking about getting clean from addiction, so people don't have to go down that path that I went down. Easy Power says a lot of people act tough till you walk in that prison and face reality and see shit is real. Absolutely. Absolutely. Uh, I was on meth. I was addicted to meth from about roughly 1989, I want to say, maybe 88, all the way to 2004. That's good that you've never touched a beer in your life. Keep that up, bro. Uh, so yeah, that's the thing. It's when you're out there with your friends, you think it's all fun and games. Like I can't tell you how many youngsters where I've been in court waiting for them to call me, and they're getting hit with these football numbers. 20 years, 22 years, 25 to life. Like it's like I felt something for them, and it wasn't even me being sentenced this time. Uh, how long did it take you to kick? Says Andreas. Uh, you know what? I started trying. I want to say 2003. I went to prison in uh, about midway through 2004. I paroled early 2006, and I went to rehab the first time I walked out of rehab because I wasn't ready. And then, but I didn't use, I just wasn't ready for that. And, I continued. So, I mean, my sobriety date is August 9th, 2004. Uh, I actually used in the county jail, in LA County Jail. I was high when they sentenced me to prison. And, I told myself that, I'm not going to do that anymore. And I missed a bunch of birthdays of my kids. I missed holidays. And, I just made a decision that I wasn't going to do that no more. And, I had said that previously when I'd be in the county, but I guess I finally figured it out. I finally had that spiritual awakening. I finally realized, how bad the whole situation was. It's funny when you have some time to sit down and think what you can, what you can come up with in your mind. So, yeah, that's kind of my story, and I hope it helps. So, Rock Bottom says good stuff from the harbor area. Trece, that's right. Shout out to the harbor area. I spent some time down there in the harbor area uh, before I finally did get clean. I was working construction down there. Uh, down, we were working in San Pedro, and we were staying. Man, I can't remember where we were staying, but yeah. Tried to kick alcohol cold turkey, but the withdrawal made me unable to work, so I'm slowing down day by day. Yeah, alcohol can be a real tough one to quit, Kenny. To be honest with you, you can get those DTS, those delirium tremors, to where you get shaky and stuff. Like it could actually turn into a medical emergency. So you got to be real careful with that. Uh, Easy Power says, I tell my sons all the time, make the right choice because all it takes is one mistake. Easy to get into the system, hard as hell to get. Man, amen to that, brother. Like, I can't tell you how many people, um, I've seen come and go in the county, and not necessarily in prison, but in the county. Like, people would get out, they'd be called to roll it up, and, like they'd get released in the morning and be back for dinner type of thing. Because, like, the recidivism rate is real in California. Uh, what's worse, drinking or smoking cigarettes? I don't know. 2 cases of beer every day, Canadian beer, 5%. Growing up watching that made me not want to drink. Yeah, and it's true. Uh, 12-step programs include God and everything. Hey, Andreas, I have a video on. I've started doing my 12 steps to recovery, and it's based on the 12 steps of AANA. You should check out my video. Right now, I have step one and step two up, and uh, you should check them out because mine was like the step two was giving it up to a higher power. And I took a slightly different approach at the time that I was getting sober. So I think that might be helpful to check that out. Step two in particular. Uh, but yeah, and the thing is, it's the higher. It should be the higher power, not necessarily God. And I'm not saying, uh, I'm not saying nothing bad about God, but it should be that we gave it up to a higher power. And a lot of people select God or Jesus or whatever their spiritual leader is, but it don't necessarily have to be that if that's not something that you believe in. So um, yeah, and honestly, Andreas, that was kind of a turnoff for me when I was first getting sober. I tell a story about that in the second step, my second step to recovery. So check that out and leave a comment if you would. I'd really appreciate it. Uh, Kenny says drinking is the hardest thing I've ever tried to quit. I quit heroin, no problem. 4 days of withdrawals. Alcohol, DT is far worse. Yeah, what? I had an uncle, my uncle Gary, rest in peace, Uncle Gary. Uh, he was so bad into the alcohol that when he was detoxing, I remember him talking about flying monkeys. He was having um, hallucinations from the withdrawal. And, like we used to joke about that because we were kids back then, you know what I mean? But uh, like it's a real thing. So, yeah, it's tough. And plus, the thing is, every time you walk into a liquor store or a supermarket, there's a big old alcohol section right there calling your name. Uh, Marcio says, I am an alcoholic and drug addict, sober for 4 years. Congrats on that, Marcio. That's an amazing accomplishment. Keep up the good work. I appreciate you, Martin. He says, you seem very centered. Thank you for your words. I appreciate you. Uh, yeah, no, I hear you, Ezekiel. And the thing is, like, he had other issues with substances as well. But, unfortunately for him, like, he was 42 years old when he passed away. They said it was complications of pneumonia, but, like, he was a heavy heroin user, meth, and a bad alcoholic. He had hurt his back working in the 70s, and they put him on painkillers, and the painkillers progressed to the black basically, and like he couldn't get it right. So rest in peace, Uncle Gary. Like he was the cool uncle. But that's the thing. Like not everybody makes it back from these addictions. That's why this stuff is so important, in my opinion. So if you're struggling with addiction, I pray that you reach out and get some help because, not everybody does make it back. And, it's unfortunate. If you're lucky, you end up in prison or, uh, I appreciate that, Ezekiel. Uh, like when I was heavy in my addiction, that was always the thing. Like you'd get picked up once in a while by the PD and, uh, it's all right, Manuel. Don't worry about it. um, and that would be your time to clean up. Like you go eat and sit down for a while and do some exercises. Get your workout while you're locked up. Come out healthy, and and run hard again. And 6 months later or so, you end up back in handcuffs, and it was just a ruthless cycle. But don't need to. It don't need to be that way. You know. Uh, yeah, I hear you on that one, Kenny. He says broke my hand at work Saturday. Hurts like a B word, but had to tell doctor no opiates. Hard to sleep. It's 2:36 a.m. here now. I have to work. Oh man. Well, hopefully that thing gets better real soon, bro. Uh, really, Marcus? Ezekiel says, I lost my godmother to fentanyl. It was in her weed that her boyfriend bought for her. Me and my mom was devastated. I bet you were. I'm really sorry to hear that, Ezekiel. And may she rest in peace. Uh, uh, yeah, that's rough. Unfortunately, in today's economy, man, like I'm gonna have to work until noon on the day of my funeral to it's just the way it is, like last week, like I was sick as a dog and I went to work all but one day. You know what I mean? Because I just can't afford to lose any money, and that's the way it is for a lot of people. So it's just what it is. Hey guys, if you're new here, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. It really helps with getting the videos out. If you're new into recovery, I would suggest you go check out my first and second steps to recovery. It's my spin on the 12 steps of addiction. And, maybe it'll help some people. Like they make it seem so rigid when you go to the meetings, and I'm not knocking meetings. I suggest going to a meeting if you're trying to get help. But the thing is, you have to take from them meetings what works for you. And if I agree, Manuel. He says, whoever wins Tuesday, hope for a better economy for all. He says he's voting for Trump. So, yeah, I agree. Like hopefully whoever gets in there can fix all the problems that we have right now. I'm sure it's not going to happen overnight, but hopefully they can get things moving in the right direction. Because it's tough, It's tough out here. So, but yeah, if you're, like I said, if you're new getting into recovery, check out those 2 videos on my 12 steps. It's my spin on it. It's not as rigid as the meetings are as far as the way I did it. Uh, everybody has to do things their own way. I agree. Somebody needs to give him a timeout. Easy Power says, where's the troublemaker G? Man, G's not in here tonight, huh? Ezekiel, like I said, everybody's entitled to their opinion. Ezekiel, he says, I hope no one kills me in the chat, but I hope Trump wins. But that's just my opinion, and that's perfectly fine. Get out and vote. Under Trump, no war, low immigration, low cost of living, low gas prices, low cigarettes, cost, low crime rate, high deportation, and safe, secure borders. Yeah. Manuel says, I'm making money door dashing now. I got to pay over $300 a month for healthcare. It really sucks. I feel you on that one, bro. I just redid my benefits for the new coming year. It's like almost 150 a week for me, my wife, and my one child who's still dependent. Like it's crazy. Martin says, first time I voted Republican in my life. Yeah. Kenny says, I checked out the vids. I appreciate that, Kenny. Ace says, I'm in Canada, free healthcare and dental. Joshua says, okay, I'm having trouble deciding who to vote for, guys. Which candidate lines up best with your belief system, Josh? That's what I would recommend, Ezekiel says, once I get done with high school, I want to do DoorDash. That's cool. If it pays the bills, bro. You know what I mean? Like it's an honest living. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Manuel. And the funny thing is when I was going through redoing the benefits, because I've had these benefits for like 7 years now. uh I'm talking to the wife and I'm like, do we really need this option? And I'm like, yeah, we do. Okay. Because I'm trying to cut corners wherever I can. But you know, Ace says I make 100K a year, but my house was 1.2 mil. Damn. Yeah, that's crazy. That's the way California is right now. Like I'm probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 80K a year, and like I'm paycheck to paycheck. Like this is ridiculous. Like with the amount of money that I make, I should be living comfortably, and I'm not, and I'm pissed off about it. So, yeah, Manuel says a job is a job. Absolutely. Get out there and do your thing. Kenny says a few of your videos help me slow down drinking. Well, thank you, bro. I appreciate you saying that. That really makes it worthwhile. Andres says things getting out of control. Ezekiel says smarter, not harder. Keep that in mind, Book and Bobby. Absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely. Yeah, they're probably about 10 to 12 here, Ace. Uh, yeah, right now, part time is no time, right? I just seen that jobs report got released. There were 12,000 new jobs. Like, that's crazy. Only 12,000 new jobs. Usually it's like 100,000 or something, 200,000 on the quarter. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on, but it's not good. Manuel says, hopefully cost of living goes down. I agree. Or at least that the wages catch up with the cost of living. So I don't know. If you have time to lean, you have time to clean. The unemployment rate in Texas is unreal, says Josh. Damn. It was supposed to be 100,000. Right, Manuel? Easy Power says the system is made for us to be where we are. Right? Yes, I do believe in Jesus Christ, Charles. Yeah, it fell below expectations. Yes, I am, Charles. Yeah, definitely way below. I appreciate you, Andreas. Yeah, hopefully you see something in the videos that will help with what you're trying to do, bro. You know, sure, Charles, that'd be great. I think you're right when you said 10,000. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Do me a favor, guys, hit that like button while you're in here. Let's see how many likes we can get before we wrap it up. Charles says Peter Cabrera Jr. Okay. And Torben Sandergaard. Yeah, I'll check him out, bro. Damn, you're getting 200 hours every 2 weeks, Ace. Man, that's wild. A lot of taxes, I bet, huh? Save those two names. Take a screenshot, please. I will, Charles. I appreciate you. Yeah, it's rough out here right now. I will, Charles. Appreciate you. And I appreciate you, Josh. Yeah, I did see that, Kenny. That was wild. Yeah, 50K a year in taxes. I know Trump said no taxes on tips and no taxes on overtime. That would be lovely. Hey, thank you, Charles. I mean, if the thing about politics, so to be honest with you guys, uh, there's a lot of promises that are made on the campaign trail, and I'm sure these politicians would love to follow through with them, but unfortunately, you have to get the Congress and the Senate to go along with it, and it makes it difficult to accomplish some of these things. So, appreciate you, Kenny. So, yeah, I mean, I know that would make a big difference in my life if they didn't tax overtime because I work tens, Hey, shout out to Argentina. Yeah, you take the taxes away on the overtime, like that's a couple $100 a week for me. So, I mean, as long as they don't try to recoup it when tax time comes around, Manuel says he said lower taxes from like 30 to about 20. Yeah, that'd be great. They aren't crooked, they have no backing. Ace says I made 110 before taxes, took home around 80 so far. Yeah, by the time I get done paying benefits and taxes and 401k and everything else, like I end up bringing home like half of my check. So like if I gross 14, 15, like I'll bring about 850. Like it's crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. Exactly, Andres. Where is all this money going? And they keep raising the gas taxes and everything else, but where's the money going, I'm a truck driver, Joshua. So, yeah, my phone is slowly dying here. No wars under Trump, yeah. Overnight raised gas, yeah. And it happens all the time, Like you watch it go down slowly but it spikes when it goes up, Like you might get 2 or 3 cents off. Still worth getting a CDL? I think so. The thing is, Andreas, with the CDL, real quick, Kenny says, "Hey, brother, man, I have to sleep. Wish you all the best. Have a blessed week." You do the same, Kenny. I'll probably be on again tomorrow night, so be on the lookout for that if you would. And I appreciate you, Kenny. Best of luck in your journey, bro. Okay, so Andreas says, still worth getting a CDL. Yes, I do believe so. Before I got a CDL, like it was hard to find work. With a CDL, like I can always find work. Like you can go on these apps, like the truck driving apps, and you'll get 10 calls, no problem, Yeah, and sending all that money to these other countries, yeah, I mean, geez, like worry about us here, would you? Before you worry about everybody else. We need to stop all these wars that are going on, and take care of our own people here. Appreciate you, Andreas. All right, guys, I got to hit the restroom. Should I just shut it down, or you want me to pause you guys for a minute and come back? Let me just run and hit the restroom. Give me a second, guys, and then we'll probably do another 20 minutes or so, and then we'll shut it down for the night. I'll be right back. Now's a good time to subscribe, become a member, do all those things. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I am back. Let's see what I missed here real quick. Yeah, we're going to run it for a little bit more. Appreciate you guys. Easy Power says Michael Jordan or Kobe. Ooh, they're kind of one and the same, really. The Mamba mentality was based on Jordan. Kobe said he skipped going to college to go right into the NBA because he wanted to play with Jordan and pick his mind about how he thought. I think two of the greatest ever for sure. I loved the Lakers when Kobe was there. If y'all can, Mike Manuel says, if y'all can vote, go vote. Definitely. Manuel says, hopefully for Trump, but it's your choice, your vote. Absolutely. Ezekiel says, rest in peace, Kobe. Absolutely. Yeah, I watched Jordan play. Jordan was incredible. He was like Patrick Mahomes in football now. Like I was a Laker fan and couldn't stand when we played him because he brought it. He always brought it, you know. Kenny says, well, if you're shutting it down in 20, I guess I can stay a bit. Appreciate that, bro. Yeah, I mean, both of them were awesome players. And the thing I loved about Kobe being a Laker fan, yeah, that was my era too, Manuel. Yeah, Vince Carter was incredible too. Like Larry Bird was another one. I hated that dude, Lakers Celtics. You know what I mean? Like I was Magic and James Worthy and Kareem and those guys, but uh, you know, like so, there were some incredible dudes back then. Like that. That was pre-social media with the Showtime Lakers and going against the Celtics, and you know, like when those guys met in the finals, like it was must see TV. Like I'd be halfway across town and the game's about to start, and I'm rushing to get home to check it out. You know. Uh, Easy Power says, I love Jordan. I think he is the GOAT. I respect Kobe for his hard work and showing whatever you put your mind to you can get done. Yeah, absolutely. And Shaq was another one incredible, you know? Yeah, I mean, I remember Jordan, I think it was game 6 of the finals, and he had the flu. And like he was out there and he hit that fadeaway jumper to win the game. Like that, to me, that was uh, like so incredible, you know? Like, and then you see LeBron leaving a finals game because he's got cramps. You know, I mean, different era, different generation, and not necessarily taking a shot uh, at LeBron. Not a LeBron fan, not my Lakers anymore. But you know, it is what it is. Like back then, like those guys, they would. I'm also a Shaq fan. Larry Bird had that. Yeah, Larry Bird was something else. And now I see a lot of stuff on TikTok about a lot of these guys where other players tell stories about them. And like these guys were all incredible, you know? Uh, Ezekiel says Kobe and Paul Walker both died at a young age, and I wish they were both still here. Yeah, absolutely. It was tragic on both of their parts, you know? Yeah, Shaq and Kobe together, though, that was incredible. It's too bad they were beefing with each other, you know? Easy Power says, Bobby, I have a game worn jersey signed by Jordan. My kids harass me all the time to give it to them. At some point, they'll get it, Easy Power. You know what I mean? But, you know, Do I think they killed Kobe? From what I heard about the circumstances of that, no. Um, I think they shouldn't have been flying that day due to the weather. But, Kobe was that go getter guy. And, you know, rest in peace to Kobe. Do me a favor, guys, hit that like button for me if you would. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that one, Ezekiel. Tupac, that maybe Diddy might have had something to do with that one. I've heard a lot of different stories, but I also heard that, and I've seen the video of Pac. The Tyson fight was happening, and they were up there, and Pac whooped on some guy from L.A. and maybe I think it was from Compton, and what happened. But hippie abroad, I think you need a moment to. Let's give you a little time out. Put user in timeout. There we go. Let's give you 5 minutes. Now you can think about what you had to say there, buddy. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, get in the corner. Hippie abroad. Now you're truly abroad. Do I know Chelino Sanchez? Yes. Actually, I enjoy his music. I don't necessarily understand it all, but definitely got some of the stuff on my playlist. If that's who you're referring to, the Mexican artist, he was gangster. I'm pretty sure that's who you're referring to, Manuel. Mm-hmm. The diddler. Yeah, that dude's gonna rot. He's gonna rot in prison. Easy Power says, Bobby, what's the biggest gangster California has had? Man, there's been a lot, to be honest. And I would say currently, those guys are all in California prisons, bro. Yeah, I know who Bad Bunny is, Ezekiel. I don't know if there's any one biggest, to be honest with you. As far as the biggest gangster, those big four organizations in the California prison system, they have leadership councils and stuff, and like there's some bad dudes that run them organizations. And that's why I always say, if you go to California, you're going to fall in line, because there's people in there that will kill you and then go to lunch and not even think twice about it. So, yeah, appreciate the question. But yeah, I don't have anybody in particular. I don't know, Kenny. I don't know. I no idea. So do me a favor, guys, hit that like button while you're in here. If you would, I would greatly appreciate it. I think we're going to be wrapping it up here in about 10 minutes or so. So, if you have any last minute questions, go ahead and drop them. At the 2-hour mark, we're going to shut it down. Levi says, what's your stream about, bro? It is about sobriety and recovery and getting sober, like Kenny said. I was addicted to methamphetamines for a long time, from the late 80s to about 2004. And the channel is about letting people know they don't have to go down the same path that I did. You don't have to go to prison to figure out that you should quit. Just, if you're ready, quit. Find a meeting. You know, appreciate that, Levi. If you're new, be sure to subscribe. I have a lot of videos on where my addiction took me and eventually how I got clean. Prison sucked. Massanabo. Yeah, California prison sucks. Uh, uh, I'll be in California next week for the first time as a truck driver. Look forward to seeing your state, Bobby. Appreciate that, Easy Power. Uh, just be safe out there on those roads, bro. It's that time of year right now where the weather is bad in a lot of places. So you know, the best advice I can offer you, and you've probably heard this already, but you can go down a hill a million times too slow, but only one time too fast. So as you come into this snow and stuff, if you don't feel comfortable, park it. Just find a safe place to pull off and park it and let your dispatch know that it's not safe to proceed. Because at the end of the day, the most important commodity that you have on that truck is you. So, yeah, that's the best advice I can offer. I know you didn't ask for it, but I've been doing this a while, and it's a tough gig, bro. Like driving trucks is not easy. People think that we're a bunch of fat, lazy dudes that don't do anything all day, but man, it's mentally. Levi says, I'm 2 years sober. Congrats on that, bro. That's awesome achievement. Uh, yeah, it's a good thing. Exactly. Like Sexy Latina says, stop worrying about him smoking. He's a grown man. That's right. What's the craziest prison story, dog? I got a video on that you can go check out. The craziest things that I seen in prison. I've seen more than a few people get poked up, and it's prison. California prison is a crazy place. So you know, but I've seen more than a few people get stabbed. I seen a youngster get stabbed. He got rolled up out of a building, and he was a Southsider. Um, and somebody called him out of his name. Somebody disrespected him, and he did not act. So the people in his building beat him up and sent him on his way. And when he arrived in our building, a kite followed. A kite is basically a handwritten note uh, from the building explaining the situation of why he was rolled up. And when he arrived in my building, he was about 20 feet away from me, and two people got on him and stabbed him over and over and over again. It was bloody. It was gory. It was, my welcome to prison moment, basically. So, yeah. Man, I don't know why out of state tuition is so high, bro. But Kenny says, shout out to all the staff at Mike Hawks Mall. Shout out to Mike Hawks Mall. Uh, uh, and Ace says, and cutting in front of the big rigs, they need way more room to slow down. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know what that was about. Some JCat got in the comments. Obviously, people love to talk on the internet when you know damn well they wouldn't do it in person. But, it is what it is. All right, Manuel, I appreciate you tapping in tonight, bro. More than likely, I'll be back on again tomorrow night. If you want to join us, I would definitely appreciate that. So, yeah, I'll see you around, bro. Take care of yourselves. Take care of yourself. Uh, Easy Power says, if there is one thing that you respect in jail, is the payphones. Don't ever attempt to damage the payphones, or you won't see the end of it. Absolutely. Appreciate you subscribing, Manuel. That's good stuff. Yeah, and that's the thing, Ezekiel. That the generation of the internet really don't know what it is to get punched in the face. I'll tell you. Manuel says, stay sober, y'all. Shout out to you, Manuel. I appreciate your participation tonight, brother. You know, everybody wants to talk like a gangster until it's time to do gangster shit, you know? And I'm not saying that I'm a gangster. I'm not a gangster. I'm just a family man trying to support my family and take care of business and help other people to, find a better way of living, basically. If, funny story with that one, Ace. Did you stand to take a piss in prison? Uh, I don't know if that's meant to be a troll. I don't think it is. But on the higher levels in California, depending on who you with, uh, exactly, easy power. That's right. Uh, Depending on who you sell up with in the California prison, some places you do sit down to take a piss, and that's just because piss splatters. In most California prison cells, you have the toilet right here, and right next to it's the bed. So you last thing you want to do is piss on your cellie's bed. So in some places that's a thing. It wasn't a thing where I was at, but I've heard stories, you know. So but yeah, that actually is a thing in some California prisons. I've heard stories about it. Never participated in that, but uh it really is a thing. Absolutely. It's going to be a big problem, you know. So uh some places that's a real thing. All right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up. We're almost 2 hours in, and I'm at like 38%, so I got to charge the phone. But another good live tonight. I appreciate everybody's participation. Remember, it's just about building a strong foundation around you. The people that you keep company with is who you are going to be, whether you like it or not. You're not going to be the only sober one in the crowd. We tend to keep company with the type of people that we are. So, in order to make that change, uh, hey, much love to you, Levi, as well. I appreciate you. Uh, the people that are around you are going to be similar to you. So, the people that we kicked it with in our addiction, we got to get away from them people when we get clean and surround ourselves with. No, it's all good, Kenny. Yeah. Um, so we got to surround ourselves with people that are doing good things in life, and then we'll do good things as well. Peer pressure can be a motherfucker sometimes. You know what I mean? Uh, so surround yourself with good people, and my thing is family, fitness, and freedom. We do our family, we do it for ourselves, obviously, but we do it for our family. Uh, the fitness is a good thing. Going to the gym, I always feel better when I leave the gym. So sometimes it's good to go hit the gym and just let all the problems of the world uh, fade away for a couple of hours, Uh, and freedom. We want to maintain our freedom. If you're out there using, it's only a matter of time before you're going to end up in handcuffs. And then it's all bad from there. So I appreciate everybody that participated. Kenny, Manuel, uh, Ezekiel. I'm sure I'm forgetting some people. Easy Power. Appreciate you. Levi. Uh, it's been Ace. Shout out to all of you guys. And if I missed anybody, I apologize. Uh, appreciate you, Ezekiel. So yeah, if you're new, be sure to subscribe that and hit that notification bell so that anytime I go live, you'll be notified and you can tap in. And I'll have a new video dropping in the morning, so be on the lookout for that as well. And like I always say, don't look at the mountain, just start climbing. Have a good one, guys. I'll be back tomorrow night.